Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ensworth High School. Nate Stein with you here. You are watching Ensworth Live. Baseball season is upon us, and what better way to start conference play than a three-game series against the bitter rival, the MBA Big Red. Ensworth looking to avenge yesterday's loss and falling 12-0 at the Big Red's place just down the street. It's Pete Daniel on the mound for the Tigers. Leading things off will be the left fielder, Will Tyrell. First pitch swinging, taken up the left side, handled by Cobb, and the throw will be in time. One pitch, one out, about as strong a start as you can hope for if you're the Tigers, if you're Pete Daniel, especially on one pitch. So that'll bring up the shortstop for the Big Red, number 15, Aiden Conley. Daniel not wasting any time, looking to work fairly quickly here as he sets, and here comes the first pitch to Conley. That one's just at the top of the zone, strike one, 0-1 count. Daniel stares down at his catcher, Russell Jankowski, gets the sign. Here's the 0-1 offering, and in there for a strike, looking backdoor slider. Conley wasn't ready for that one. And a quick 0-2 hole. Payoff pitch, ripped right back up the middle, and that's through the infield. Conley will be aboard with an 0-2 single right up the gut. That one split the wickets on Pete Daniel right between his legs. Took a little hop off the mound, but not enough to slow things down between the middle infielders, Cobb and Yu, for the Tigers. So a man is aboard in Conley, and that'll bring up Landon Rucker. Rucker acting as the DH here. First pitch from Daniel in there at the top of the zone, strike one. Nothing but strikes from Pete Daniel so far. 5 pitches, 5 strikes, 2 swings, one of them for an out, one of them for a base knock. Second pitch swinging, and Rucker will foul that one straight back over the top of our heads here in the press box. So still yet to throw a ball is the junior, Daniel. Conley will take off from first. The pitch on the outside edge will be a ball. The throw not in time as Conley slides into second with a steal. Not sure if there was supposed to be a hit and run, but Rucker clearly didn't like what he saw. And that will be the first ball from Pete Daniel on a 1-2 count now to the designated hitter, Rucker. And the man in scoring position all of a sudden just one down. Conley a pretty generous lead off second. And maybe a pitch out from Daniel. You can see him whirl around immediately to check on that runner. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down here in the top of the first. And the 2-2 pitch will miss in the dirt. And Rucker has battled all the way back from being down 0-2 to a full count. Daniel peeks at Conley. Conley a big lead. Now this pitch ripped down the third baseline, but gloved safely by Sifford. The throw will be in time and enough on it to keep Conley at second. And a good job by Sifford to not only look Conley back initially, but put enough juice on that ball to where Conley couldn't hope to get from second to third before that ball went across the diamond and back. So 2 down now. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 20, Colin Kerrigan. Kerrigan, a big lefty. First pitch, fastball in the inner half, strike one. Wind is gusting out there, but generally a really great day for baseball. Sun in the sky, a couple clouds. Wind is blowing in from left field. So don't expect too much action way out in the outfield as this ball is lifted down the left side, and that will tail out of play foul. So an 0-2 count, and Kerrigan down to his last strike here with 2 outs. Keep an eye on that runner at second. Conley may try to swipe one here and get 90 feet from home. A base hit should score him. He'll be running on contact. Daniel peeks back at Conley, not too worried about him now with 2 outs. This one through the left side into left field, handled there by Ben Daniel. The throw hoses him well in time. Kind of an awkward slide from Conley, but a very strong throw will keep this score at 0-0 and end the top half of the first inning. A big play by the junior Ben Daniel. An assist from the outfield. We head to the bottom of the first. Nothing on the board. We'll be right back on Ensworth Live. Welcome back to Ensworth High School. Nate Stein here with you on Ensworth Live as we head to the bottom of the first inning. And it'll be Billy Morris on the bump for the MBA Big Red and leading things off for the Tigers offense. The second baseman, Spencer Yu. Pete Daniel did his job in the top half of the first. No runs on the board. He got a literal outfield assist from his brother Ben Daniel as Morris's first offering misses down low. And the punch-out would have had closed the top of the first, as well as keeping MBA off the board in this game scoreless. The 1-0 offering to you, down low once again. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Ensworth looking to bounce back from a tough loss on the road yesterday. Coach Maxwell said the goal today is just to play a little bit harder, and so far, at least a little bit of effort on the defensive end has the Tigers in a pretty solid position. 3-0 offering now from Morris. That bat was never leaving his shoulder, but it's in there for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike now to the leadoff man. Just a sophomore, but does it all, listed as a catcher, infielder, outfielder, and pitcher on the roster as he waves and misses at the 3-1 offering, and now we have a full count as Morris has been able to battle back a little bit. Here comes the payoff pitch from Morris. Swung on and grounded up the middle, took a little bit of an awkward roll off the back of the mound, but Conley able to make short work of that. The throw is in time, 1 down. So that will bring up the pitcher, Pete Daniel. Clean top half of the first, now going to do what he can to sully Billy Morris's first inning of action here. First pitch in there for a strike on Daniel. Here's another one from Morris. Daniel swinging down the left side. Conley once again is there. The throw in time. So a couple of quick ground outs from the Tigers' bats. Now 2 down, and Kenneth McKinley, the center fielder, will be up. Here comes the offering from Morris. McKinley looks at that one up high, ball 1. One 0 offering. McKinley swings and misses at that one. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Here's the 1-1 pitch. McKinley once again waving and missing at that one, and a 1-2 count on McKinley will have Morris just a possible 1 pitch out away from getting out of this inning. And the 1-2 is swung and grounded down the third baseline, handled there, and the throw is in time. Nicky Bennett got it over across the diamond on a hop, and a 1-2-3 bottom of the first inning for Billy Morris and the MBA Big Red. We will be back with second inning of action right after this. And we are back to baseball. It will be the NBA catcher, Peyton Phillips, set to lead things off here in the top half of the second inning. Pete Daniels will return to the mound after managing his pitch count well in that first inning, just 14 pitches as he handled 4 batters. That inning ending, of course, with Aiden Conley trying to put a run on the board, trying to extend from second base to home on a Colin Kerrigan single, but he was mowed down at the plate. And first pitch swinging from Phillips. This one's lifted into shallow left field, moving back and making the catch is Connor Cobb, the sophomore. So once again, first batter of the inning, 1 pitch, 1 out as Phillips pops out to the shortstop. Ingram hit now will step into the batter's box. The second baseman for the Big Red didn't see any action on defense in that first inning. Everything hit to the left side of the infield, and he will look at a first pitch strike from Daniels. The 0-1 offering on the way to hits, and that one misses well inside. He has to back up out of the way of that one. And the count is even, a ball and a strike. And a hit this time, pulling this one to the right side of the infield. Yu is there, has to rush the throw, just got it there in time. And give a little bit of credit to Wilson Malone for keeping his foot on the bag, as the Tigers are able to get that one over in a hurry. So 2 up, 2 down will bring Nicky Bennett, the MBA third baseman, to the plate. In the middle infield for the Tigers, pinch in a little bit as Yu takes a couple steps to his right. First pitch swinging, Bennett over the top of that one. Strike 1. Another one from Daniel. This misses down low. The count will be even. Another offering for Bennett. This time a little bit of an overcorrection from Daniel. Misses up high. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 down. And another one down in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike as Bennett trying to find his way on board with 2 down. That pitch looked like it might have been a little bit up high, but Daniel able to get Bennett to chase, maybe thinking he was going to get something slightly more favorable in the 3-1 hitters count, but now the count is full, 3-2. Daniel trying to get out of this one and just misses low and away for ball 4. Bennett is aboard with a 2-out walk. And that'll bring up the 8th hitter for MBA, Coleman Roddy, the right fielder for the Big Red, as Daniel misses inside and Jankowski takes a peek down to first to hold Bennett on. 1 ball, no strikes. That one down low, and the ball got away from Jankowski. Bennett on his way to second and in there without a throw. So 2 balls, no strikes to Roddy. And a man now in scoring position after the pass ball. 2-0 offering, breaking pitch, just dives out of the zone, and a 3-0 count now to Roddy. See if he has the green light with the man on second running on contact. And that bat stays on his shoulder the whole way, and a fastball right through the heart of the plate goes unlooked at, but in there for a strike. 3-1 now, as Daniel able to find the zone. And this time misses outside for his second walk of the inning in as many batters. So first and second now will bring up the 9-hole hitter, Carson Meyer. The center fielder has an opportunity to bring at least 1 run across for the Big Red. But first we'll get a visit to the mound. Pitch count up to 29 for Daniel. 15 of those this inning, so still a fairly even split if he can get past Meyer quickly. And first pitch to Meyer in there for a strike and a better start relative to the last couple at-bats. Daniel peeks back at second base. Holding Bennett there momentarily was Yu, but he bails out as the pitch comes in, and that misses outside. Ball one. Myers swings and misses at that one, and now 1-2 strikes, the count with 2 down. Daniel looking to escape with no bloodshed once again, and Bennett's on his way to third. Nobody's even looking. The throw down to third base, and he's out. Nicky Bennett trying to sneak one by the Tiger defense, and he almost did. Neither Sifford nor Daniel saw him for the first couple steps, and he just couldn't get there in time before a call out from the dugout or inside the infield somewhere. But another assist to end an inning, and maybe a couple of base running errors, depending on how you look at it. MBA still with nothing on the board as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. We'll be back with that action just after this. An inning and a half in the books here at Ensworth. Still no score and really just one hit on the night for the visitors, the Montgomery Bell Academy Big Red. And it'll be the heart of the lineup for the Tigers as they try to get some offense going after a 1-2-3 first, courtesy of Billy Morris. Mason Jablonski to lead things off. First pitch misses well outside for ball one. One 0 offering from Morris. Once again, just off the outside edge of the plate. And Jablonski with the advantage. 2 balls, no strikes. Now Morris able to fire a strike in there, and the count will be 2-1. Jablonski, the designated hitter today, but not batting for the pitcher. He is batting in favor of Russell Jankowski, the catcher, as that ball misses down low. 3-1 now to the DH. Offering from Morris, misses outside, ball 4, and Jablonski is aboard with a leadoff walk. And that'll bring up the young shortstop, Connor Cobb, just a sophomore, as part of that young middle infield pairing for the afternoon for the Tigers. Both Cobb and Yu are sophomores. First pitch from Cobb, up and away for ball one. As Jablonski is taking a generous lead over at first, something to maybe keep an eye on. One 0 offering. Cobb able to hold up, says the home plate umpire. And the entire MBA infield looking expectantly and pointing at the infield umpire, saying he might have called it a strike, but no reaction from anywhere else. So the count will be two balls, no strikes. And Cobb will be ruled as just having been able to held up on that check swing. Jablonski with some happy feet at first. And the bat still hasn't really left Cobb's shoulder as Morris misses high for ball three. So 3-0. And after a leadoff walk, I would be shocked if Cobb even thinks about swinging at this pitch. And Morris misses low and away, back-to-back walks. We'll have men on first and second for the Tigers with nobody down. And Reed Whitman up at the plate. Whitman out in right field for the Tigers defensively, and he's going to have a quick conversation with Coach Maxwell as we have a visit to the mound to see if NBA's coaching staff can maybe calm Billy Morris down after a pair of walks to start the bottom of the second frame. A couple deep breaths from Morris, a quick conversation, and we will be back to action. And we'll see what the approach is here. Peyton Phillips calls out defensive alignments from behind the plate. First baseman for MBA, Kerrigan, is pulled in just a little bit, a couple steps onto that infield grass over on the right side of the infield, and playing shallower than usual, as well as Nicky Bennett over on the left side. So trying to make the play at third base if possible, and that's why Whitman lays down a bunt. Both runners will advance, but Whitman will be cut down at first base. So a sacrifice bunt will have two men in scoring position for the Tigers, and Whitman does his job moving those runners up. So no force play available other than at first base. And we'll see if the Big Red keep their infielders in. Looks like they will. So they're playing for that play at home. They don't want to give up the lead here. It's Jablonski on third who represents the larger threat, but a base hit could score either. And Wilson Malone swings through that first offering, and the count will be 0-1. Malone, the first baseman for the Tigers on the day, another junior, and this lineup that skews young, just a handful of seniors, and Jablonski, the only senior who is in the starting lineup on the afternoon, as Malone watches an offering miss inside for ball one. Morris stares in at Phillips. Here's the 1-1 pitch. On the way, Malone leaves that one alone. Just misses up high. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Feels as if the Tigers are taking the offensive approach of, hey, if he's not going to hit the strike zone, we won't really swing at anything. The only ball in play so far this half inning was the sacrifice bunt by Reed Whitman. And now Malone swings, listless one down the left field line, tailing foul, and it will be foul. So runners will stay put. Malone will make his way back to the plate and be facing a 2-2 count. Got a good piece of that one. Drove it farther into left than I was expecting to see on the afternoon with the wind blowing in from that direction. But it looks like it's just gusting at this point more than a constant bluster. Was fairly ahead of first pitch, but starting to die down. Turn into a beautiful evening. Two-two pitch now. Morris takes a peek at both runners. Corner infielder still in defensively. And Malone swings and misses on a breaking ball, and he will go down on strikes, the first strikeout from either pitcher on the afternoon. And that will bring up Alexander Sifford. Sifford at third base for the Tigers defensively. This is his first at-bat of the day. And what a spot it could be in. A base hit should score 2 runs. Anything outside of the infield at least scores 1. And first pitch to Sifford will miss up high for a ball. Morris's pitch count starting to get up there a little bit. 31 pitches thrown after a very clean 1-2-3 first inning. A little bit slower working here in the second with a pair of walks. And the 1-0 offering to Sifford will just catch that bottom outside corner for a strike. So that evens things up at 1-1. Morris trying to work his way out of a jam. Sifford trying to put a run on the board to extend this inning a little bit longer. As an inside fastball on the black. Sifford watches it go by, and now he's in a bit of a hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded up the middle, handled there by Hit, and Hit will throw it down to first base. Morris gets out of the jam. No run score. The Tigers cannot capitalize on a pair of leadoff walks, and the score remains 0-0. Credit Billy Morris for working out of that jam. We head to the third inning on Ensworth Live just after this. And we are back for the third inning of action. Pete Daniel once again on the mound for the Tigers, and it will be Carson Meyer still. You remember in the top of the second, Nicky Bennett was thrown out at third base trying to catch the Tigers sleeping to end that inning. So Meyer will get a fresh count, and Daniel will have to do a little bit more to deal with him this time. First pitch to Meyer, swung on and fouled towards the Ensworth dugout. Count will be 0-1. The 0-1 offering, a breaking ball, will miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to the first batter of the third. This one swung on and ripped into left field, but turning just a bit too much. Meyer got a good chunk of that, but couldn't keep it in play. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes after that foul. Meyer will make the long walk back from first base and get back into it. 34 pitches now for Pete Daniel. Here's the offering. Just missing up high for a ball. Now it's 2-2 to the leadoff man in the third. Two offering off speed, outside. We got a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And a payoff pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Daniel. And the first out of the top of the third. So back to the top of the lineup now for the Big Red. You have Will Tyrell, the left fielder. 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to Cobb over at short in the first inning and tries to drop down a bunt, but misses it, loses it foul rather. And he'll be looking at an 0-1 count. Didn't look like the Tiger defense was quite ready for him to try to lay down that bunt. It could have worked to his advantage. And as you can see, Sifford's still playing on the infield dirt, maybe a little shallower in the dirt than normal, but waiting in case Tyrell tries to do something like that again. And he won't, as that pitch catches the upper half of the zone. In there for strike 2 looking. 0-2 count now. Tyrell's going to have to protect here. Oh, 0-2 offering, waved at and missed. Strike 2, back-to-back strikeouts for the right-handed junior, Pete Daniel. And that will bring up Aiden Conley. Conley with one of 2 base knocks for the Big Red today. He tried to come around and score, but ended up getting thrown out by Ben Daniel out of left field. The first offering missed for a ball. 1-0 pitch. Outside. 2 balls, no strikes, now the count. Here comes the 2-0. This time, Daniel finds the zone. Strike 1 looking on the inside edge. Conley 1 for 1 with a single and a steal on the day. Almost had a run scored, as we've mentioned a few times. The 2-1 pitch, well, we swung on and fouled straight back off the wall. So now 2-2. Daniel looking to get out of an inning cleanly for the first time tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted into left field. Looks like that will come down foul. Nobody gets there quite in time. It was Ben Daniel giving chase. That ball just dropped a little bit too shallow and tailing away in the wind. So the count will stay at 2-2. Now the 2-2 lifted into dead center field, high in the air. McKinley dropped back and then came back in to make the catch and close out the top half of the third inning. First 1-2-3 inning from Daniel. And we'll be back with the bottom half of the third, where the Tigers will have Daniel, you, and Pete Daniel due up to bat. Stick with us here on Ensworth Live. We'll be right back. We are back to baseball between the Ensworth Tigers and the Montgomery Bell Academy Big Red. If you're just joining us, you haven't missed a whole lot of defensive pitchers duel so far. Billy Morris has yet to give up a hit and only walked a pair. And Pete Daniel allowing a couple singles but still no runs, as well as 2 strikeouts and 2 walks allowed. It's Ben Daniel to lead things off in the bottom of the third for the Tigers. And the first pitch in there for a strike looking on the inner half. Oh, 1 offering will be outside for a ball. So 1-1 now is the count to Daniel. Left fielder, first at bat of the day, but does have a defensive assist already. Cutting down Aiden Conley at home as he takes another one looking at the knees for strike 2. And Daniel swinging at that one, but whiffs at it. Goes down on 4 pitches. For the first out of the inning, that'll bring us to the top of the order. Spencer Yu grounded out to Conley on the left side of the infield back in the first inning. Looking to do a little bit more here. First pitch to Yu, off speed. Will miss low and away for ball 1. Another breaking ball will miss outside. 2 balls, no strikes quickly for you. You grounds this one foul to the left side. So that'll bring the count to 2-1. Ball ran in on the hands. You couldn't quite keep it in play. Fairly weak contact as well. So here's the 2-1 offering. And another pitch missing away. Ball 3. So 3-1 the count. As you looking to get aboard for the first time today. And this one up the middle and floating just over the outstretched hand of Conley. You is aboard. And the first hit of the afternoon for the Tigers is the leadoff man, second time through the order. And that will bring up Pete Daniel. He had a similar fate to you in the first inning, grounded out to Conley. And once, as with you, looking to probably recreate that last swing. You taking a generous lead at first. Pitch from Morris, swung on, lifted into center field. Backing up is Meyer, and he is there to make the catch. You will return to first. And with 2 down, that will bring up Kenneth McKinley, the other senior in the starting lineup for the Tigers. First pitch missing for ball 1. McKinley 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to Nicky Bennett over at third base on a slow roller. Morris throws back to first base to keep you honest. He's in with plenty of time. And McKinley swinging and fouling that one straight back over the press box and onto the football field. Back behind. A 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Once again, Morris is going to throw over to first base to hold you there. Here's the 1-1 pitch. McKinley swinging, lining this one up the middle. Coming in is Meyer. That ball will get down. Base hit with 2 down. And now the Tigers with runners on first and second. So McKinley now 1 for 2 on the night, and that will bring up Mason Jablonski. The DH got aboard via a walk and made it all the way to third base before the second inning ended on a Sifford ground out to second. First pitch to Jablonski, lifted high in the sky to left field. Coming in on it is Tyrell, and he is there to make the catch and end the third inning. And we are still scoreless here at Ensworth High School. We'll be back with the fourth inning of action after this. And we are back and into the fourth inning. Still scoreless here between Ensworth and Montgomery Bell Academy. Pete Daniel still on the mound for the Tigers. Only blemishes on his record are a couple base knocks and a couple of walks in separate innings, as the first pitch to Rucker will be fouled back for strike 1. Rucker 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out in Sifford's direction back in the first inning. And the second pitch will just miss up high, a ball and a strike now the count. Here comes the 1-1. Rucker waves at it for strike 2. One-two offering swung on and missed for strike 3. And that's 3 strikeouts in the last 4 batters from the junior Pete Daniel. Starting to find his rhythm here on his home turf. Colin Kerrigan will now be up to bat. He is 1 for 1, but never spent any actual time on base. He hit a single back in the first. Aiden Conley tried to score from second on before he was thrown out at the dish. It was a strong throw by Ben Daniel, who kept this game scoreless. As the first pitch will miss up and in, Jankowski a little bit of trouble receiving that one, but it will be 1 ball, no strikes. Off-speed pitch will be in there for strike 1. And the 1-1 offering in there for a strike, looking 1-2 now. Daniel to Kerrigan. Waved at. They'll say he got a piece of that ball, and Jankowski couldn't quite hold on to it, so a foul ball will keep Kerrigan alive. Another 1-2 offering. This one swung on, lifted into left field, coming in on it. Daniel sliding play. Did he make the catch? He did. What a play by Ben Daniel, ranging forward, putting his body on the line, and keeping Colin Kerrigan off base. The diving effort will be our second out of the 4th inning. So that will bring up Peyton Phillips, the catcher for the Big Red. 0 for 1 on the day as the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. One 0 offering to Phillips will break at the last second and be in there for a strike to bring the count to 1-1. Fastball will miss away. Ball 2. Two-one pitch, swung on, rolled weakly to the right side. You will handle it. The throw on to first in time. Another 1-2-3 inning for Pete Daniel and the Tigers. And Daniel has now retired the last 6 hitters that he's faced. Doing a good job through 4 innings and keeping that pitch count in a reasonable place. Just 59 pitches as we head to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back with that action after this short break. Welcome back to Ensworth High School. Nate Stein here with you on Ensworth Live. A scoreless game in the bottom of the 4th. Connor Cobb, Reed Whitman, and Wilson Malone due up for the Tigers. They're going to be looking to break that tie. They started to get to Billy Morris a little bit there in the 3rd. Couldn't bring any runs across still, but a pair of base knocks from Spencer Yu and Kenneth McKinley at least got a little bit of danger on the base paths. First pitch to Cobb will miss low and inside for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 offering. Swung on and lifted into center field. That ball's up high. Coming in on it is Meyer, and he will make that catch easily for out number 1. So Reed Whitman will come up. He's still without an official at-bat. With the sacrifice bunt not counting against his stats, he did move over Jablonski and Cobb back in the second inning when the Tigers were really threatening with runners on second and third and 1 out, but could not bring anybody home. First pitch from Morris in there for a strike. 0-1. 0-1, swung on, grounded right back to the pitcher. Morris takes a couple steps towards first base, and handles that one himself. Not a whole lot to that, as it will just go in the book as a 1-3. Pretty simple play for Billy Morris. Wilson Malone now will be the batter for the Tigers, as he tries to stand in the way of a clean inning from Morris. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Morris got him swinging in the second inning. First pitch swinging here, and fouls that one back into the netting for strike 1. Oh, 1 offering. Breaking ball just misses inside. That'll even the count at 1 apiece. One offering down in the dirt. Good job by Phillips to pick that one. No danger anywhere on the base path. But it's always a confidence builder when you can keep that ball ahead of you no matter what. The 2-1 pitch grounded weakly. Handling it is Morris, and he will make the throw just in time to first base. So another 1-2-3 inning from Billy Morris, and we are still scoreless here through 4 innings at Ensworth High School. We'll be back with the 5th in just a minute. Welcome back to Ensworth High School. Nate Stein with you on Ensworth Live. Bottom half of the order for the MBA Big Red. Ingram Hitt, Nicky Bennett, and Coleman Roddy due up here. Still Pete Daniel on the mound. He's been settling in, to say the least. Retiring his last 6 batters faced, 3 of them via strikeout. First pitch here to Hitt. Fastball on the outside edge for strike 1. The 0-1 offering swung on and lifted, well foul out of play, but a quick 0-2 hole for Hitt. Oh, 2 swung on and fouled once again on a line. down the left side. Another 0-2 swung on and fouled, but back into the mitt of Jankowski, who holds on for strike 3. That'll bring up Nicky Bennett getting his second at-bat here in the top half of the 5th. He walked and made it to second before being thrown out at third, trying to swipe a bag back in the second inning. First pitch swung on, popped high in the air, should stay on the infield. Moving over is Malone. He makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2. So 1 pitch, 1 out there for the second out of the 5th inning. And that will bring up Coleman Roddy. Roddy reached on a walk in the second, but couldn't get much farther than that. As on the ensuing downtime between pitches, Bennett tried to swipe third and was caught stealing there. First pitch fouled weakly to the left side towards the Ensworth dugout, and no 1 count. The 0-1 offering, well up high. That one got past Jankowski. And maybe a little bit of a crossed wire situation there. As Jankowski didn't seem ready for that ball being that far inside. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down. Here's the offering to Roddy. And that one down low. Jankowski left it an extra second to frame it. But the home base umpire not buying that tactic. So 2-1 now the count. The 2-1 this time misses up high. 3 balls, 1 strike. As Roddy trying to earn himself another walk, another trip down to first. Here's the 3-1. Outside for ball 4. So Roddy is aboard for the second time on the evening with another walk. That's the 3rd walk of the outing for Pete Daniel. Now Carson Meyer will be up. Meyer 0 for 1 with the strikeout in this game. First pitch outside, ball 1. Now Daniel's pitch count getting a little high at 70. Pitch 71, outside edge, strike 1. 1-1 the count with 2 down. Roddy moving around a little bit over at first, but not enough to justify Daniels giving it much attention. With only 1 out to get, you got to focus on the hitter in front of you in the form of Carson Meyer. And the 1-1 offering swung on and missed for strike 2. And swung on and missed for strike 3. Meyer goes down swinging for the second time in the game. And what a turnaround it's been for Pete Daniel. Hadn't allowed any runs at all. But in the first 2 innings, it was 4 base runners to 0 strikeouts thrown. And in the past 3, 5 Ks, just the single base runner in Coleman Roddy. And that was just on a base on balls. So we head to the bottom half of the 5th. Still zeros all along the scoreboard. And the Tigers will be looking to change that. It's going to be Sifford, Daniel, and you due up for Ensworth after this short break. Welcome back to Ensworth High School. We are into the bottom half of the 5th inning. And Alexander Sifford is set to lead things off for the Tigers. Billy Morris still on the mound for the Big Red. 56 pitches through 4 innings of work so far. Walked 2, allowed 2 base hits, but 0 runs and 2 strikeouts to go with it. So pretty solid day's work so far for Morris as his first pitch to Sifford misses inside for ball 1. Sifford looking to get on base for the first time today, grounded out to the second baseman hit earlier in the game, and Morris misses inside once again as Sifford turns away. 2-0 offering. We'll see if Sifford lays off or if he sees something he likes. Thought he liked that one, but swung right through the off speed. And now it's a 2-1 count. Here comes the 2-1. Sifford swinging, drives this one into center field. Shuffling backwards is Meyer, and he will make the catch as he ranges to his left for out number 1. Some pretty decent contact made by Tigers hitters in the past few innings, lifting the ball into the outfield, but not driven far enough to do much damage. Meyer has been busy back there in center field. And it'll be Ben Daniel now. 0 for 1 with the strikeout. First pitch swinging here. That one's lifted into shallow right. Is anybody going to get there? It gets down, but foul. It was Coleman Roddy giving chase as well as the second baseman hit, both ranging into foul territory down the right side, just beyond the infield umpire. If that had stayed in play and gotten down the way it did, I think it's safe to say Daniel would have been standing on second base with a double. 0-1 in this case, though. Here's the pitch, and this one is bounced into the catcher for ball 1. The breaking pitch spiked just a little bit from Morris. We got a little bit of action in the Tiger bullpen, but not much, as the 1-1 offering misses up high. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Ben Daniel. Trying to get a look at who's over there, if they're starting to get some work in, if Pete Daniels' night might be coming to a close. It looks like that might be the case. I think Hunter Harris is back there right now as this ball is driven into left field, but not deep enough, as it was Will Tyrell waiting back there to make out number 2. It was another solidly hit ball. Not sure if the Tigers hitters are figuring out Morris or just getting some good contact, as they've all been pretty easy outs in the outfield when it gets that far. Spencer Unow got on board with the single back in the 3rd, and he fouls off the first pitch down the right side. Back in the 3rd inning, you was able to take an off-speed pitch just over the head of Aiden Conley and get aboard. He made it to second base before that inning came to a close. And here an off-speed pitch will drop in for strike 2 as you watch as it go by. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. You will let that one go, and it's low and in for a ball. Good plate discipline there. It was close enough to the edge, but he was able to lay off. One, 2 now. Morris spiked this one inside, almost caught you on that back foot, but he was able to avoid it, and now the count's even, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled. We'll see. They're trying to make the argument that Phillips was able to hold on to that ball off the foul tip. U is arguing that it hit the deck. And they will say that Phillips couldn't corral it all the way. So U will still be alive after that foul ball. 2-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on for the Tigers. Here comes another pitch from Morris. And that one down low, and the count is full, 3-2. Morris shakes off one pitch. Now here's the payoff. Swung on, grounded to the left side, handled by Bennett. Here comes the throw in time for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning in this pitcher's duel as we head to the 6th in a scoreless tie, 0-0, here on Ensworth Live. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Ensworth High School. 0-0 in the top half of the 6th, and it will be the top of the order for the Montgomery Bell Academy Big Red. Will Tyrell, the left fielder, will be set to lead things off. And Pete Daniel still on the mound for the Tigers. And any movement that there was in the bullpen a half inning ago is there no longer. So the Tigers look like they're going to try to ride Daniel to the end of this one. He's pitched well so far as he misses for a ball there. Second pitch swung on, grounded over to first base, handled by Malone. He'll take it himself, step on the bag for out number 1. Aiden Conley now, one of 2 Big Red players to get a base hit in this game. Both of those came in the first inning. Conley has since flown out to center field. And he will take a first pitch ball away. 1-0 count. One-0 offering misses inside for ball 2. Here comes the 2-0. Swung on, grounded up the left side. Waiting for a call, and it will be fouled, just passing outside the third base. Looked like it was very close. Definitely bounced in fair territory of the infield initially, But the home plate umpire had a good view down the line and saw that it had drifted foul before getting past the base. So 2-1 now the count. And the 2-1 pitch on the outside edge for a strike. And it's all even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 offering swung on, grounded over to you, fumbles it for a second. The throw, not in time. And I think that's going to be ruled an error on you for not fielding that ball cleanly. So that will bring up Landon Rucker 0 for 2 on the day, a ground out and a strikeout. I'm sure the Tigers would love to see a ground ball here as Rucker lifts that one sky high, turned on it, but it's very, very foul off to the left for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Daniel, as this one swung on and fouled straight back. And 0-2 is now the count to Rucker. Daniel checks on the runner at first. O'Connelly scurries back. He does have a stolen base on the afternoon. It was back in the first inning. O'Connelly certainly has the speed to swipe second if he wants to try. And Rucker will rule out a foul ball. He was trying to swing at that one and just ran in on his hands and maybe got him just a little bit on the knuckle. Those never feel good. But the count will stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Now, a conversation happening, I think, between Coach Mike Anderson and the home plate umpire, questioning whether he should be awarded first base. I thought that was pretty straightforward. Rucker obviously swinging and had broken the plane as far as the barrel of his bat getting around that one. I did not look like he came even close to holding up on that check swing. So the contact will be deemed a foul. That time missing up high. The throw down to first. Conley thought about making a break for second, looking for his second stolen base of the day, but scurried back at the last moment. And a 1-2 count now to Rucker. Here's the pitch. And once again, up high, Conley taking a big lead and a big secondary lead. But he's been fairly disciplined on the base path. Not getting himself in too compromising of a position. The 2-2 misses outside, and Rucker has worked his way back to a full count. Here comes the payoff pitch from Daniel. Swung on, lifted into center field. McKinley moving back. That ball is off the wall. Conley's going to score from first. Rucker. No, that ball is gone. Didn't think we'd see it today. Not with the wind blowing in, but Landon Rucker has taken Pete Daniel deep to straight away center field. And the Montgomery Bell Academy Big Red have a 2-0 lead, the first score of the game. And it is thunderous. Landon Rucker with a 2-run home run. And what a time to do it. So that'll clear the bases for Colin Kerrigan. First pitch to Kerrigan, misses up and away for a ball. That's the 88th pitch of the outing for Daniel. And now we have a little bit more movement in earnest out in the Ensworth bullpen. Looks like it's Hunter Harris who's getting ready. We saw him start to warm up earlier, but they decided to keep Daniel in. And you got to wonder if they're regretting that a little bit now after the big home run. The 1-1 offering misses up high for a ball. 2-1 now. And this one swung on and lifted deep into right. Shuffling back, though, will be Whitman to make the catch, and it'll just be a loud out. Hard hit ball from Kerrigan, but just couldn't quite get the launch angle and the power out there over near the 365 marker and right center. It's Peyton Phillips now. He's 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch waved at for strike one. Daniels got him with the off speed. An 0-2 count now. Daniel trying to work his way out with no more damage done. And the off speed just misses down low for ball. The pitch, breaking ball, just missing outside, just broke out of the zone, and now the count's 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. And another breaking pitch will miss out wide, and the count is full to Peyton Phillips. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. And the 3-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. So Daniel picks up his 6th strikeout of the night, but not before Landon Rucker puts some points on the board with an exclamation point. A 2-run bomb to straightaway center has the Big Red on top of your Tigers 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers running out of time, need to make something happen here. We'll be right back with all the action on Ensworth Live. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it is still Billy Morris on the hill for the Big Red. He's been efficient so far, 71 pitches, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 base hits, 0 runs so far for the right-hander. First offering to Pete Daniel will miss down low for ball 1. The 1-0 offering swung on and fouled down the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. One pitch looked at, but a strike just dropping in the top half of the zone. Now 1-2 to Daniel. This one, a breaking ball down low. Count draws even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two on the way. On the inside edge, strike 3 looking. And Pete Daniel will go down for the 3rd time this afternoon. The backwards K. Kenneth McKinley now the center fielder. 1 for 2 on the day. He singled in the 3rd but couldn't get anything else out of it. The Tigers just need some semblance of offense to try to claw back into this game. They're down to 5 outs to do it as the first pitch misses up high. Ball 1. One 0 high and away for ball 2. Kinley thought about it, but able to hold up when he realized where that pitch was going to end up. The 2-0 off speed, outside once again, 3 balls, no strikes. This could just be what the Tigers need with Jablonski on deck. 3-0 outside, 4-pitch walk, and Kenneth McKinley is aboard with 1 down. And the Tigers have a little bit of life. Mason Jablonski 0 for 1 on the day. He did reach in the 2nd inning on a walk, made it all the way to 3rd via a Reed Whitman sacrifice bunt, but could not come home. First pitch to Jablonski, a big cut, but he can't find the ball. 0-1. Oh, 1 check swing, and that will be foul. And Jablonski quickly in an 0-2 hole. Oh, 2 offering, breaking pitch just outside, and a little bit of banter from the Big Red fans behind home plate, thinking that one was in the strike zone. It was very close. The umpire saw it miss. So 1-2 now to Jablonski. McKinley at first. Jablonski swinging, rolling it up the middle, No play at second. They'll go down to first to get him for the second out of the at-bat, or of the inning, rather. So McKinley able to advance to second. Jablonski out at first. And Connor Cobb will come up, representing the game's tying run here in the bottom half of the sixth, down 2-0 with a runner in scoring position. Cobb 0 for 1 on the day, also walked in the second behind Jablonski, and flew out to center field. That was in the fourth. First pitch waved at and missed. Strike one. Morris peeking at McKinley. And now he will step off the rubber as Cobb calls for time. A little bit of indecision there from Billy Morris. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Cobb leaves that one alone. It misses low and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike now with 2 down in the bottom half of the sixth. And now a throw back to second place. Nobody really anywhere near holding McKinley on the bag there. So that could have been very dangerous if Morris didn't adjust his throw to the right side of the bag and find hit. That could have easily gone to center field, and McKinley could have very easily ended up on third base. This one down low will get past the catcher. McKinley is to third base, rounds third very wide, but holds up there. So the runner will advance to third on a wild pitch. And now the count is 2-1 to Cobb. And McKinley's just 90 feet from home, 90 feet from cutting this MBA lead in half. And that one misses inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. So Cobb working the count a little bit, and obviously the presence of McKinley on the base path making Morris slightly uncomfortable. He's thrown back a few times, plus the wild pitch. Now this one, ball 4, up and away. Runners on the corners for the Tigers, and they truly have life. Even with 2 outs, Reed Whitman will step up to the plate. Mike Anderson's going to come out of the dugout, and this could be the last that we see of Billy Morris. Pitch count at 89. We'll see if they make a move. Haven't seen really any movement in the dugout, but that doesn't mean that somebody might not rotate over from a different position, but they will leave him in. Billy Morris will get another chance to get out of this jam in the bottom of the sixth. It's going to be Reed Whitman, who has a chance to play hero. Kenneth McKinley, 90 feet away on third base. Connor Cobb on first after drawing a walk. 2 down here in the bottom of the sixth with the Tigers trailing by 2. A base hit here will score 1, and with 2 outs, the runners will be going on contact, so I wouldn't be surprised if Cobb made it all the way to third on something to the right side of the field. We'll see if Whitman can find some magic. First pitch swinging, fouled straight back. And it looked like Cobb might have been going there on a hit and run to try to get him into the action even quicker. Trying to score from first that would tie this game if the Tigers can pull it off. And obviously extra bases should score both runners easily, and then that would also leave Whitman in scoring position as the off-speed pitch misses down low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The junior Whitman digging deep, looking for his first hit of the night, and that one swung on and missed for strike 2. And Whitman lifts this one into center field. Meyer lazily shuffles around, gets under it, makes the catch. And for the 4th time tonight, the Tigers strand at least one in scoring position. And still a 0 on the board as we head to the top half of the 7th inning. We'll be right back. Looks like the Tigers are making a pitching change. It's going to be Hunter Harris on the mound when we come back for the 7th. Stick with us here on Ensworth Live. Welcome back to Ensworth High School into the 7th inning. The new pitcher for the Tigers is Hunter Harris. The junior righty will take over for Pete Daniel. Daniel went 6 innings deep, 3 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and the 2 runs on the board. However, just one of them was earned after just ahead of the Landon Rucker bomb last inning. Aiden Conley had reached on an error. So Harris will have Ingram hit to face first. Hit, showed bunt, pulled back as that ball misses inside for ball 1. And the 1-0 offering misses in the same spot. That fastball just pulling a little bit across the body from Harris and running inside on Phillips, or pardon me, on hit. 2-0 offering. Harris, off-speed pitch. Good frame job by Jankowski. Looked like he dragged that one from just off the plate onto the edge and gets the call for strike one. 2-1 offering. That one misses outside for ball 3, so 3-1 to hit. Harris trying to find his rhythm a little bit, the first batter he's faced tonight. 3-1 pitch. In there for a strike right down the middle that time. Hit just wasn't expecting that. Or else that looked like a ball he might have been able to get some good bat on. And here's the payoff. Swung on, grounded over to Malone at first. He gloves it, steps on the bag. And that will be out number 1. First pitch to Nicky Bennett will miss outside for a ball. Bennett 0 for 1 on the day. He reached on a walk in the second and almost made the third before he was caught stealing, and then he popped out to foul territory down the first baseline. Back in the fifth, as Harris pulls another one outside that gets past Jankowski for ball number 2. Two-0 offering, off speed. Fools him for a strike, looking. Same pitch, same result. It's a nice breaking pitch that starts just inside the plate, kind of at Nicky Bennett's hip as a right-handed hitter, and then slides across into the zone. Now it's 2-2. We'll see if he goes back to the well. Fastball once again pulled across his body, and that's ball 3. So trying to get Bennett to chase a little bit, but none of these are very appetizing for the third baseman. And it looked like the same off-speed pitch that he'd been able to throw for a strike, but this one just missing inside, so Bennett will be awarded first base, his second drawn walk of the night. First walk of the afternoon issued by Harris. So that'll bring up Coleman Roddy. First pitch to Roddy, misses down low, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 offering. Inside and gets away from Jankowski. So Bennett will advance to second on the pass ball. So a 2-0 count now to Roddy. Harris struggling with his control a little bit here in the 7th. And that one runs inside and hits Roddy, and he will be aboard now. On cue, his control issues as Roddy is now aboard. Runners on first and second with just one down. Will bring up a pinch hitter for the Big Red. It's going to be Ty Bird. So first time we've seen Bird tonight, and the first pitch he sees is a breaking ball that slides in on the inside half, strike one. Harris has been able to dial that pitch in fairly well so far. That in-breaking slider starts at a right-handed batter's hip and ends up on the inside edge. His fastball, he's been pulling a bunch. And even that slider's not guaranteed, as he gets a fastball to go there. Waved at by Bird for strike two and a quick 0-2 hole for the pinch hitter. And strike three. Bird will not be able to advance to first, but both runners will be advanced to second and third, respectively, in Bennett and Roddy. But strike three swinging as Bird goes down. Yet the runners advance because that ball got away from Jankowski. Back to the top of the order, Will Tyrell, the left fielder, getting his fourth at bat of the night. First look at Harris, and the first thing he sees is a strike breaking in from the outside of the plate. There's that slider again. 0-1 count. Here's the offering. That one misses outside for a ball. Two runners in scoring position. Harris just needs to focus on the man at home, though, with two down. Here's the 1-1. Breaking pitch outside. Ball two. Sun starting to go down a little bit out in left field. Could make seeing the ball across the diamond from first base a little bit more difficult, but most of the field just cast in shadow at this point. This one swung on down to third base. Sifford can't get a glove on it. One run will score in Bennett. Everybody will be safe. That's a hot shot. Down. The hot shot down towards Sifford at third. He couldn't glove it. And another run will score. That was Nicky Bennett. And Coleman Roddy will head over to third base. That's going to be ruled a base knock. Tough play to make for Sifford. With two down, MBA has extended their lead to 3 runs. First pitch misses outside, ball one. Conley has already singled, reached twice, and came around to score one time. That was on the Landon Rucker home run last inning. This one grounded up the middle, gloved by Yu. He will flip it to second for the easy out. And that will do it for the top half of the 7th. MBA tacks on one more. The Tigers will have 3 outs to make up 3 runs. Stick with us here when we get back on Ensworth Live. Welcome back to Ensworth Live. Final frame of action. The Tigers are in do-or-die mode. And it'll be Wilson Malone to lead things off against a new pitcher. It's just a straight-up switch between pitcher and third base. Morris will head to third, and Nicky Bennett will be on the mound for the Big Red, trying to close this game out with a 3-run lead. First pitch in there for a strike on the outside edge. 0-1 count. Second pitch swinging. Malone got it to go through the left side. He will be around with a lead-off single. So Wilson Malone giving the Tigers a little bit of life to start off the bottom half of the seventh. And Alexander Sifford will be the next one up. But first we'll get a pinch runner. Grant Watts will be running for Malone, trying to get a little bit more speed on the base paths. Malone, though, did his job, got aboard, second pitch swinging, and just able to get it past the outstretched glove of Billy Morris. So here's the offering to Sifford. First pitch, outside edge, strike one. Sifford watched it go. Ben Daniel on deck, and you waiting in the wings as long as nobody rolls into a double play or Watts doesn't make a mistake on the base paths. Oh, 1 pitch will miss high and away for a ball. Now the count is 1-1. Bennett peeks over at Watts at first base, knows the speed threat, and misses outside. Ball gets away from Peyton Phillips, and Watts will be able to advance. So a runner in scoring position with nobody down and a 2-1 count to Sifford. And that's why you pinch run Watts there. He didn't even get a great jump on that dirt ball, but still able to make the second. Sifford rails this one down the left field line, and it will land just foul. That was easily going to be extra bases and a run scored. Instead, it's a loud strike, and Sifford will have to make his way back, facing a 2-2 count. Bennett stares in. And now he'll step off. I think a little mix-up in signs as Phillips started to make his way out there to have a conversation with the new pitcher. And now a conversation between Bennett and Phillips is needed after all. Watts will take his lead off second. Hit staying fairly close. We'll see if Bennett tries to make a throw back there. He goes home. Sifford watches that one just off the outside edge, and the count will be full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Still plenty of daylight, but that is something to consider. No nighttime games can be played on this field. As that ball catches the lower outside corner, Sifford had already tossed his bat, thought it was going to be ball 4, and I think I tend to agree with him there. That ball looked well below the knees, but a backwards K for the first out will bring up Ben Daniel Watts still safe on second base. First pitch, same spot as the last, and in there for strike one on Daniel. Here comes the 0-1 offering. That one misses well outside for a ball. 1-1 now the count. Bennett staring down. Watts that back on second. Smaller lead, hit trying to keep him honest on the right side of the bag. And now Watts will make his way back as Bennett steps off the rubber. This one swung on and lifted high in the air. That will be well foul and out of play, though. No chance for Will Tyrell to get over there anywhere close to where that ball came down. But solid contact once again. Tigers players have just been out in front of the ball a little bit, a handful of times with really solid contact, unable to keep the ball in play. A 1-2 the count. Spencer Yu due up next. Daniel swung on, grounds it to the right side. Watt at the very least will be able to advance. The throw to first is in time to get Daniel out. But with a runner on third and Spencer Yu at bat, the Tigers are not quite done yet. Down to their final out of the game. That's the leadoff man. 1 for 3 on the day. A pair of ground outs with the single in the middle. First pitch from Bennett. Swung on and softly grounded foul for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. Yu watches the breaking ball in there for strike two. And now the Tigers not only down to their final pitch or final out, but down to their final strike, possibly their final pitch. As Bennett looks into Phillips, gets a sign he likes. Here's the 0-2. That one misses outside for a ball. Sigh of relief for Yu. 1-2 now the count. Here's the offering, swung on, lined up the right side, just barely tailed foul. Looked like it was destined for the corner. And the count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Tigers still trail by 3, so they need a little bit more, even if you can bring Watts in here. The 1-2 up high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Tigers just barely hanging on. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 3. Phillips did everything he could to frame that one in the strike zone. And how close was it? Seen that call go either way today. So you getting the benefit here. Payoff pitch, swung on and fouled once again. 7 pitches this at bat. You making Bennett work for what could be the final out of the game. Trying to grind his way aboard to extend a little bit. Obviously, a base hit would bring in Watts. A walk would bring the tying run to the plate. And that's what you will do. Draws a walk, an 8-pitch at bat. He gets aboard. And Pete Daniel has an opportunity once again. Pete Daniel 0 for 3 on the day, a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout. So he's done everything but get on base so far. First pitch swinging, that one's in the gap. Watts will score. You on his way to third, rounding third. Daniel on his way to third, 2 runs are in, and a 2-run triple. The Tigers have new life. Pete Daniel coming up in a massive spot, scoring 2 runs. So 2-run score on 1 swing of the bat, and it's a brand new ball game. And the first RBIs of the night for the Tigers could not have come at a better spot. And now Daniel, the tying run, just 90 feet from extending this game. Kenneth McKinley, 1 for 2 on the day, has singled. Also walked last inning to get aboard. First pitch swinging, and he fouls this one back. And second pitch swinging, McKinley trying to tie this one up there, waved at it. And now 0-2, the Tigers once again down to their last gasp. Bennett staring in. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, McKinley pops this one up, and it will get out of play. He'll live to see another pitch. Still an 0-2 count. The pitch from Bennett. In the dirt, down low, and a great job by Peyton Phillips to get his body in front of that ball and not allow the game's tying run to score. Daniel taking an aggressive lead at third base, trying to make it that distance as short as possible. If anything gets away from Phillips, you know he's coming home to try to tie this one. A base hit will tie the game. A home run would obviously win it if McKinley can leave the park. Here's the 1-2. Down low and outside once again, and once again Peyton Phillips making a very good play behind the plate to keep that ball in front of him. Pete Daniel at third base salivating every time there's a dirt ball. Trying desperately to keep his team alive. 2-2 now is the count. Here's the pitch. Once again in the dirt, and once again Phillips stays on top of it. We got a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. McKinley steps back into the box. Full count. Bennett staring in at Phillips, gets a sign. Daniels working towards home. Payoff pitch swung on. and missed. Strike 3. The Tigers come roaring back but cannot complete the comeback. The final score is going to be 3-2. The 2 runs off of a monstrous Pete Daniel triple for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 7th, trying to complete that comeback. But the real difference maker was the Landon Rucker home run in the 6th, gave the Big Red a lead that they would not relinquish, tacking one on in the 7th. Pardon me, it was Nicky Bennett who walked and then came around to score and then came on to the pitcher's mound to close the game out in the bottom of the 7th. Thank you for joining us here on Ensworth Live. The Tigers will be back in action tomorrow to finish out this 3-game stand against MBA. That game will be on the road for Ensworth. For all the production team, I'm Nate Stein. You have a wonderful night.